So let's play. This is this is where I see ABC was very anti-Trump. All of a sudden, kind of warming up to the guy a little bit. Because they have
He's ratings, because Jeb Bush is 0 ratings. Donald Trump is ratings.
Bush is a loser. So let's go with Trump may get nomination clip.
Donald Trump tonight tweeting, Biden made the right decision, adding he'd rather run against Hillary Clinton because of her record. And new numbers tonight prompting the Washington Post to ask, is it time to concede that Donald Trump is likely to win the nomination? And here they are, the new ABC News Washington poll numbers reflecting very strong numbers for Trump. 42% of Republicans now say they expect Trump to be the eventual nominee. 43% say he has the best chance of winning the general election. Their top pick for strongest leader. They also say he's best on immigration and the Republican who understands them best. Some very strong polling for Trump tonight. So, John, here's the question. The Republican Party, when they see these numbers, do they think this could eventually be Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton?
Well, Republican leaders in this town have been in denial for a long time, saying Trump cannot win the nomination. You no longer hear that said with confidence. They are starting to come to terms with the fact that he may be their nominee, David. He has been the front runner for 3 solid months. This is no longer a flash in the pan.
All right, John Carl with us tonight. John, thank you. And to one other.
Okay, I noticed something as well about a change in the tide for Donald Trump from the show that I have been obsessed with for the past few weeks.
Housewives of Hollywood?
The View.
Oh, yes.
This is Joy Behar, and oh my, what a difference a day makes.
I'm starting to warm up to Trump a little bit now.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not, wait a second. Hold on. I'm not voting for him, and I don't like the race.
I love when people say that. I'm not voting for him, but he does have a point. I hear this all the time. Well, I'm sure he has a point, but I would never vote for him.
I don't agree with you guys all the time. But
I'm not voting for him, and I don't like the race baiting. Let's get that out of the way, and he'll never replace my arousal feelings for Bernie. But the guy is not as bad as the rest of them. First of all, he may not be pro-choice, but Rubio, for example, believes no abortion, even in the cases of rape and incest. Trump doesn't say that. Trump does not say that. He believes in single payer. He wants everybody to have health care from the government. He agrees with Bernie. He wants to raise taxes on the rich. He believes in Bernie. I mean, I looked this up. I couldn't believe it. And he was against the Iraq War, and he said so in one of his books before 9/11 even happened. So he was like Nostradamus. You know what I'm saying?
He said in that book that it was going to happen.
He's not as bad as the rest of them on that team.
Oh, okay. Joy Behar. Now, I did a little research because I think it kicked off. I saw Joey Diaz on Joe Rogan show, Joe Rogan Experience, and Joey Diaz said something that I went to look and dig a little bit, and I didn't have to dig very far. Because,
what are you digging for?
Well, I don't want to tell you just yet. I'm setting it up.
Okay,
but I didn't have to go much further back than July of 2015 to find some stories. But, well, listen to, this is a report from CNN. This is about the ground game. Because, of course, when now Trump is pretty serious. He's got his policy papers out there, even though people say he doesn't. They may not be the way people want them to be, but, his tax plan is there, his immigration plan. He's got plans, but he has a ground game. And I caught this earlier, or maybe 4 shows ago. But let's listen to this and you'll see what I mean.
Trump's team now looking to prove it has the organization to bring the candidate to the finish line.
We're all doing our part.
It boasts paid staffers in 11 states, including a total of 40 employees in states holding the first 4 nominating contests. And the operation is still growing.
Our ground game is all over. Iowa, New Hampshire, all over. South Carolina, tremendous ground game.
Iowa offers a unique challenge, turning Trump superfans into committed caucus goers. To make it happen, the campaign is teaching supporters how to caucus and organizing precinct captains to help deliver a victory. But the question remains, can Trump turn his poll numbers into actual votes?
We attract people from all over. We go to the population centers. We do the things that are necessary to get people out. We sign them up. We get the cards filled out, we put them into our database, and then we get ready to crank up the ground game.
Yeah, bingo, boom, bada bing. We just put them into the database. We get it all good. Did you hear the guy earlier?
We're all doing our part.
We're all doing our part. That's a guy getting signs out of his trunk in Iowa. We're all doing our part. All right. And then we had a clip earlier, a couple weeks ago.
I think it's really gross, in all honesty, that Hillary's talking about raising $2 billion.
Hillary's talking about raising $2 billion.
To win the presidency. Others with $100 million super PACs.
Super PACs. John, these are Goombas. Donald Trump has had notorious ties to organized crime, to the mob.
Of course.
But no one is bringing this up.
Well, that's because he probably has an answer for it. I'm sure.
No. I think they're afraid. Yeah, this is the most recent thing I could find was an article, not even a video, July 31st, talking about Donald Trump's glittering empire of New York skyscrapers and Atlantic City casinos have long had a darker side. Allegations the mob helped build them. I mean, yeah. Come on, are you kidding me? You're going to build in New York City and you're not dealing with the concrete business, you're not dealing with the mob? Of course he is. Why is this not even brought up? Why?
I don't know.
And this kind
I can think of a couple of reasons why you wouldn't bring it up. You don't have any. He's done a really good job of staying away. You know, He's not hanging out with the mob bosses, where most of them are gone.
But listen to the guys he's got with their super PACs.
The guys sound a little mobbed up a little.
They're all the guys. Hey. Yeah, we got it here in Iowa. We're doing our part. Everyone's doing our part. They're the mob guy. It reminded me of the movie. What is the damn movie? What is remember the movie where they the mob went in and they kidnapped people who were Nielsen homes, and then they made everyone
vote. Wasn't that in The Sopranos?
No, it was a movie. What the hell was that? In the chat room might know. Yeah, and they were sitting with those people for weeks on end, and then the mob guy had some kind of television show, and it got the highest ratings because everyone was voting. Yes, we watched it because the mob everywhere was sitting. It reminds me of this. Maybe that's how the polling works. Hey, you're gonna say Trump, right? We don't want to get hurt over here. I mean, it's at least worth discussing.
Well, you're discussing it.
Right. But no one discusses this in mainstream. Are they afraid to say this?
Nobody discusses anything that we discuss.
But if they want to get rid of Trump so badly, why don't the Democrats bring this up? Why doesn't anyone say, hey,
well, you want to do that if you can get somebody that you have the goods on actually nominated. The Democrats might be behind the nomination. They got plenty of mob ties. And you can imagine with Hillary's, but you wait till the last minute so your guy gets in. You don't give a crap about the other guy after that. You wouldn't do it early. You do it late when it counted.